Dark Luffy, when freedom turns into slavery. The more Imu's actions become clear in the latest chapters, the more certain I am that Oda is preparing to completely change the rules of the game. After what we saw in chapter 1151, with powers that defy all known logic, I believe we're standing at the threshold of a new stage, one where freedom itself is at risk of disappearing. And the most terrifying part? The one who might face that threat could be the greatest warrior of freedom himself, Monkey D. Luffy. Freedom at the heart of the conflict. From Luffy's very first appearance, freedom has been the one word that defines him. He never sought power, wealth, or glory. He only wanted to live his life his own way, free from rules or orders. Even when he declared he would become the Pirate King, it wasn't out of ambition or domination. He simply believed that title meant being the freest man in the world. But Imu represents the exact opposite. He is the master of control, a being who seeks eternal order, to rule the world from the shadows, to strip people of their will, and create a world where chaos and freedom no longer exist. That's why the coming conflict between Luffy and Imu isn't just a fight between hero and final boss. It's absolute freedom versus absolute control. The real danger, the loss of will. Luffy and his crew rarely face the true risk of death. From the start of their journey, no matter the battle, there has always been an invisible armor protecting them, because they are the heroes. But Oda never repeats himself. He knows death isn't the most devastating thing for the audience. The next threat will be something far worse, the loss of freedom itself. From the glimpses we've seen, Imu may possess a terrifying ability known as the Adomi Heart. It allows him to turn people into cold, lifeless tools, stripping them of their soul, leaving behind nothing but an empty shell. It's not simple mind control, it's the theft of the spirit itself. Who will be the first victim? Who will Imu begin with? The physically weaker members, those less trained in hockey, will be the easiest targets. Nami, the symbol of intellect and survival, could become a demon of the storms, summoning dark tempests that burn the sky. For someone who once lived as a prisoner, losing her freedom again would be unbearable torment. And Usopp, the man who always feared everything, might turn into a dark Tengu with black wings and a long nose, battling from the heavens with sinister energy. It would be a twisted reflection of his dream to become a brave warrior of the sea. And then, Robin, the cruelest blow of all. Luffy once fought the entire world government to save her, shouting those unforgettable words, "I want to live." To see her now standing against him, eyes empty and soulless, that would be the moment his spirit finally breaks. Robin is not just a crewmate. She represents forbidden knowledge, the truth that the world government has tried to erase for 800 years. Keeping her alive yet without will would be Imu's most brutal way of killing the truth itself. Imu and the game of freedom. Everything Imu has done so far shows that he doesn't just control the world, he plays with it, like a massive strategy board. The imagery from recent chapters, such as the reversey board, where white pieces flip to black, is no coincidence. Imu is playing reversey with the world itself, turning light into darkness, freedom into slavery, one piece at a time. And the island of Elbaf seems to be the stage where this ultimate game will unfold. The Dark Sun Warrior. From the beginning of the Elbaf arc, the phrase "the evil Sun Warrior" has appeared again and again. Distorted statues of Nika, fake prophets claiming to be the sun god who will destroy the world, children dreaming of a dark Nika devouring the light. Aren't these obvious hints? Perhaps all of this is building up to one thing, Luffy himself becoming that dark version when Imu uses the power of the Adomi Heart against him. Imagine it, the warrior of freedom turned into a slave, the man who freed countless people, becoming the one who chains the world. Luffy's childish laughter twisted into a cold, demonic grin. At that point, the final battle won't be against the government or the Marines. It'll be against Luffy himself. Reflections of Sabodia and Thriller Bark. This theory doesn't come out of nowhere. In Sabodia, the crew was crushed and scattered by an overwhelming enemy. In Thriller Bark, we saw the concept of stolen shadows and dark copies of people. Now, both ideas return in Elbaf. a coming collapse of the crew, and an army of willless, dark beings. In Thriller Bark, Nightmare Luffy rose to defeat Oars, but in Elbaf, we may see Dark Luffy standing against his own friends. Who holds the key to salvation? If Imu can steal people's will, who can bring it back? Perhaps Brook holds the answer. Through his connection to the spiritual world, he might reach the hearts of the enslaved and break the Adomi seal. Maybe Chopper discovers a medical cure to free their bodies. But if Luffy falls, it will take more than medicine or spirit. It will take the entire world. And that's when Shanks may return to the stage. Maybe he couldn't save Ace, but this time he'll lead the war to save Luffy. Picture it. Shanks uniting fleets, kings, and revolutionaries shouting, "We're not saving the world this time, we're saving Luffy." It would be the greatest alliance in One Piece history. Roger's former crew, Luffy's grand fleet, the revolutionary army, and countless kingdoms that owe him their freedom. The tragedy that completes the circle. From the very start, Luffy has always been the one who frees others. He stopped Crocodile, shattered Enel's tyranny, broke Doflamingo's cage, and toppled Kaido and Big Mom. But maybe the purpose of all that wasn't just to gather allies, but to inspire them, so that one day they could do for him what he once did for them, fight to free him. And that's where the emotional circle completes. Just as Luffy freed everyone from their chains, they will free him from his own darkness. An ending worthy of the Sun Warrior. If this truly happens, the final won't be about overwhelming strength or hockey. It will be about human will, the will that returns to Luffy through the hearts of those who believe in him. Only then will the true meaning of being a warrior of freedom be revealed, not because he never lost, but because he faced the slavery within himself and overcame it. And when Luffy rises from Imu's darkness, smiling once more, we'll all know the dawn of freedom that Roger and Dragon spoke of has finally begun.